What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We have the MLB playoffs starting today. So we've got four really good series about to start up. We've got the Tigers taking on the Guardians in Cleveland, the Padres taking on the Cubs in Chicago, the Red Sox taking on the Yankees in New York, and then we got the Reds taking on the Dodgers in LA. So we got some four good games. Actually love betting on MLB in the playoffs. Second half of MLB hasn't been my thing. That's why you haven't been really seeing a lot of videos for baseball lately, just because it's been so hit or miss, man. You can't bet on pitchers just because they'd get pulled early or they'd be saving them for the playoffs, things like that. So now things should be a little bit more consistent. We should see these teams and these pitchers play to their best ability, and I'm ready to get started. So that being said, guys, if you want to get all of my money lines as well as my player props for Prizepicks, make sure you guys stick around to this video, and I'll see y'all in just a second. All right, guys, so before doing anything else, we have to talk about yesterday's picks because we absolutely swept every single play that I gave you guys. Every single play. So I gave you guys these slips for free. So I gave you this one, Breece Hall, McPherson, and Achan, 250 for 555. I played it as well on Prizepicks. I cashed both of them. I showed you both slips in the video. Both of these cashed. Breece Hall, Bo Nix cashed us out. Breece Hall, Recco, he cashed us out over on the Prizepicks app as well, 150 to win 375. Patterson and Bo Nix, the boosted play, that cashed us. Braylon Allen, Chase Brown, 100 for 537 on Underdog, that cashed us. Brown, Hall, and Achan on Sleeper cashed us. Another Achan and Bo Nix play that was posted on Underdog cashed. And then the teaser I gave you guys yesterday, I played $900 on this one to win 545. Total payout on this one was 1445. I gave this for free in the video if you go watch it. Yes, this one was sweaty AF. The Jets almost got freaking demolished by 20 points, and they come back in the second half, brought it down, ended up barely losing on that one. But regardless, guys, we cashed that slip, and that's really all that matters. It doesn't matter if it's sweaty or not if you cash. So I just want to say, guys, we cashed every single play we posted yesterday in VIP as well. This was not something that like, oh, we just cashed a few slips and missed any. We cashed every single slip yesterday, and I'm going to show you guys proof. This is my Discord. I've got my Discord open. You can come over here to, I don't know if Ace posted the daily plays yesterday. These are our slips from yesterday. Okay, yeah, he actually updated it. So this is from yesterday. Every prop we posted was cash. You can come over here to Sportsbook Bets. The only sportsbook bet we posted yesterday was this one, Broncos and Jets, 900 to win 545. It cashed. You can come over here to Chalkboard. I didn't post any Chalkboard yesterday. Prizepicks right here. Posted this slip, cashed. This slip, cashed. You can come up here and see where I actually posted it. So here's when I posted it, 4:01. Here's where I posted it, 10 a.m. And then I posted the slip before that a little bit early. So, and here's also the slip for Pickens and Josh Jacobs I posted for the second half, the live boosted slip on Prizepicks, which cashed us right here when we doubled up on it. So we have been on a tear lately, guys. Same thing for Underdog. You can see here, I had two slips right there posted. There's only two slips yesterday, 1:40 a.m., and you can see both of them cashed. We did the same thing on Sleeper. We posted one slip for Sleeper, which cashed, and then Parlay Play, we did the same thing. So if you guys are hesitant about being in VIP, I'm telling you guys, I'm not one of those scamming cappers who posts fake slips online. I ain't saying I hit every day. I do have losing months. There's months where I lose money. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, I profit 20 grand a month every month. But overall, I'm profitable, and I've showed you guys that in the video, so hopefully you guys do trust me enough to at least tell the free picks. You ain't got to buy VIP. I'm not one of those guys who cares if you buy it. If you just join our Discord, be in the free area, join the community, and it makes me happy. So if you guys do want to join the free area, click the WAP link down in the description or the Discord link. If you click the WAP link, it will pull up this page. I guess WAP updated their entire system. The whole homepage is a little bit different now, but I really don't like this. I'm going to be honest with you, but it looks ugly. But anyways, you're going to see the free access, monthly, weekly, and then yearly. So you can click the one you want. If you want free access, click this, and you could go through WAP. Or you can just click the Discord link. If you want to get our VIP, you just click this link, the box. It'll pull up here, and it shows you how to join. This is the homepage that I like. You can see all the reviews, everything like that. But that being said, guys, really appreciate all of you guys. I do have to pick a winner for yesterday's video. I actually forgot all about that. So we're going to go to Comment Shark. This is the one from the last video. Let me copy and paste this in here. We got to pick our winner. We can't forget that. That's a huge thing to forget. So got this video from yesterday posted right here. We hit 11K views in that video. And I'm just going to say to you guys, for showing that video so much love, I'm picking 2 people to win VIP. I'm feeling generous. We swept everything yesterday. I'm feeling happy, and I'm feeling a good day today. So I'm going to pick 2 people to win. If this video gets 250 likes, I'll pick another comment down below in tomorrow's video to win a free month of VIP. So let's go ahead and pick our winner. Winner is going to be for Paul, who said, good day yesterday. Well, Paul, I'm glad you had a great day, my man. Send me a message on Discord. Got you added for a free month. Picking the second winner, Sheekerhead, who said, let's go. Well, Sheeker, send me a message on Discord. I'll get you added for that free month, and I do appreciate both of you guys or gals for supporting me on this channel and on this journey. I appreciate every single one of you guys watching. And if you guys do want to get a free month, you can sign up for any partnered app down in the description. So you can get up to 7 full months of our VIP for free just by signing up with the apps. Right now, your best bang for your buck is going to be Parlay, Play, or Chalkboard. Chalkboard gives you $25 for free, and you don't even have to make a deposit. You sign up using code FANTASYACES with the app. You get a free month of VIP and $25 for free on Chalkboard. If you haven't done it already, it's a no-brainer. Go ahead and do it. You can do it on Parlay Play and get $5 for free, but you do have to make a deposit to get VIP. But all those apps are in the description. Better, Underdog, Sleeper, Chalkboard, Parlay Play, Novig, Dabble, any of those 7 apps. So just wanted to throw that out there if you guys want to get in here. But let's go ahead and talk about these games. So talking about the first game of the slate, starts at 1:08 p.m. Eastern time. So my time, it starts at 1:08. If you're a little further down, it might be a little earlier. But regardless, we got the Tigers taking on the Guardians. The Guardians are at home. Right now, they are plus 152 underdogs at home, plus 1.5 underdogs on the spread. Then the over on this, or the total on this game, sitting 6. Public betting got 59% of the money on the Guardians, 54% of the money on the Guardians covering the spread, and then 62% of the money on the over on this total. So if we look at these two teams been looking pretty decent lately, man. Obviously, Detroit started out this season the best record in MLB and kept it for a while. They didn't end with the best record. Cleveland actually ended with a better record than the Tigers. Cleveland playing at home. They're hot right now, man. Hot right now, man. They have cashed 7 of their last 10 games. Look at this win streak they were on. Unstoppable. Swept Minnesota. Swept Detroit. Swept the White Sox. Beat the Royals 3-1. Then they come and they beat Detroit again 2-1. Then they play against Texas and beat Texas 2-1. So if you look at the Tigers, coming off a tough loss to a series versus Boston, lost to the Guardians 2-1, we just talked about, got swept by the Braves, got swept by the Guardians in other series before that, got beat by Miami, beat the Yankees, and then ended up losing to the White Sox and the Mets. Like the Tigers have struggled lately. Now, the one thing they have going for them today is they have Skubal on the mound. So you got Tarek Skubal, who's 13-6, a 2.21 ERA, and .89 WHIP. The dude is a beast, one of the best pitchers in the league for sure. If you look on the other side of things, the Guardians have Gavin Williams, who's 12-5, a 3.06 ERA, and a 1.27 WHIP. So another good pitcher. Head-to-head, these two teams have faced each other. The Guardians have won 58% of the games. If you look at Detroit away and Cleveland at home, it's a 50-50 split. So these home games over the last few seasons, or the last couple of seasons, has been a 50-50 split so far, Tigers versus Guardians. Now, what we need to hit here is we need to hit with Skubal pitching. The Tigers have won 60% of the games. With Gavin Williams pitching, the Tigers have still won 67% of the games. So Tigers looking like they might have Gavin Williams' number, maybe, if you put these two against each other. It's a 50-50 split. So with Skubal versus Gavin Williams, both games this season, Cleveland won one game 5-2, and then the Tigers won one game 7-2. So this is going to be a tough matchup. It's very hard to call games like this in baseball. It really is when you got two good pitchers pitching against each other. But if you look at Skubal, you look at how he's pitched this game already, or versus this team already, you can see that there's not a lot of batters that have hit from the Guardians that have hit well off Skubal. And you can say that about any team. There's not very many batters in baseball that hit well off Skubal. But you look here, Ramirez, 32 at-bats, 12 hits, the best one they have on their team with a 943 OPS, which is your on-base plus slug percentage. So you have your on-base percentage, how often they get on base, then your slug percentage. You put them together, you get OPS. I look at OPS a little bit more than anything because it averages out walks, hits, home runs, things like that. So that's mainly what I'm looking for when I look at how well a batter hits off of a pitcher or gets on base versus a pitcher. So I'm looking at the other side of things. Gavin Williams, looking at him versus Detroit, even better than Skubal. Like his stats versus Detroit look better than Skubal's versus the Guardians. Like you got 0.3 on OPSs on all these. 10-1, 7-1, 8. Like it's tough to call, man. Here's what I'm going to say. When you look at the value on these two plays, Guardians plus 152, it's hard not to take a team like this for plus money. That's what I'm going to be rolling with. Is it a confident bet betting against Skubal? No. My heart tells me to take Skubal, but in this matchup with the Guardians being as hot as they are, and in baseball is a very streaky sport, when you got a team that's hot, sometimes you just got to roll with the flow even with on a game that you think they might have a chance at losing. So this is one of those coin flip games. I'm rolling with the Guardians for plus money. I'm not saying put the house on it, anything like that. That's the very, very, like maybe half a unit on this play, but that is what I'm going to lock in for this game. Looking at game number 2, Padres taking on the Cubs. Cubs minus 113 favorites at home, minus 1.5 favorites on the spread. Then the total on this game is sitting at 7 runs. Public betting on this, 52% of the money is on the Padres. 74% of the money is on the Cubs covering a 2-run spread, which is pretty crazy. Then you got 64% of the money on the over on this total. Looking at these two teams, how have they played as of recently? So Padres 56% win percentage on the season. Cubs 57% win percentage on the season. So just won a little bit more than the Padres. Looking at the Padres, they just come off of a sweep versus Arizona, 2-1 win versus the Brewers, 2-1 win versus the White Sox, and then a 2-1 loss versus the Mets. Looking at the other side of things, Cubs just swept the Cardinals. Lost 2-1 versus the Mets, lost 3-0 or 4-0 versus the Reds, and then they lost 3-0 versus Pittsburgh. Sorry, your boy's struggling. Pitchers on the mound, you got Matthew Boyd pitching against Nick Pivetta. Pivetta is 13-5 on the season with a 2.87 ERA and a .98 WHIP. If you look at the other side of things, Boyd 14-8 on the season, a 3.21 ERA and a 1.09 WHIP. So once again, two good pitchers. We need to look at how these teams have hit off these pitchers. So if you look at Pivetta so far versus this offense has pitched very well. There's a couple batters that have done pretty decent. Matt Shaw has, it's only 2 at-bats, so you can't really say anything. There's really not a whole lot of data to go off of, and the ones that do have a lot of at-bats haven't hit very well off of him. Carson Kelly here with 6 at-bats and 3 hits is the best on their team with a 1.3 OPS versus Pivetta. We can go to the other side of things and look at Matthew Boyd on this one. This one's tough. I'm not going to lie. These are tough games to call. This one you got to look at OPS. You got Arraez, who has 7 at-bats, 3 hits. Tatis only has a 6 at-bats and 1 hit, so haven't hit very well off of Matthew Boyd either. This one's tough, man. I will say the Padres have looked pretty strong as of lately, and I don't know, man. It's hard for me to take I don't want to take the Padres. I feel like the Padres might burn me. I'll probably personally end up fading this game in terms of bets. If you put a gun to my head and made me choose a team, I'd probably end up taking the Cubs, and that's not, I don't know, man. Gosh, that's so tough. I'm talking about these games so just to kind of give you guys your own, you can make your own decision on it, but I'm coin flip on this one, man. I could take either side of it. I'd maybe have to hedge this bet and play both sides with another team or something like that when I'm more confident in. But this one, I'm probably just gonna roll with the Cubs. The Cubs at home, they're gonna be hard to beat. Matthew Boyd's good. Pavetta's good too, but I do think that this is going to be a close game, so that's what I'm running with. Looking at Game 3, we got the Red Sox versus the Yankees. Yankees at home, minus 122 favorites. Yankees are minus 1.5 favorites on the spread, and the total in this game sitting at 7 runs. 55% of the money on the Red Sox, 76% of the money on the Yankees given 1.5 runs. Then you got 59% of the money on the under on this total at 7 runs. So the reason this under is so low is because of the two pitchers. You got Max Fried pitching against Garrett Crochet. Both of these are elite pitchers. Crochet's 18-5 on the season with a 2.59 ERA and a 1.03 WHIP. Fried 19-5 on the season with a 2.86 ERA and a 1.10 WHIP. And we've seen Fried struggle kind of mid throughout the season. He's kind of picked it up. Yankees have won 9 of their last 10 games. Look at this win streak. Now, when you look at this win streak, you got to take it with a grain of salt because of the teams they played. The Orioles, the White Sox, the Orioles again. So that's a 3-1 victory, 3-0 sweep, 3-0 sweep. Then they played Minnesota, 2-1 win. Then they played the Red Sox, 2-1 win. Lost to Detroit 2-1. They've been hot lately. Looking at the Red Sox, Detroit they just beat 2-1. Toronto they beat 2-1. Tampa Bay they beat 2-1. The A's they lost 2-1. The Yankees they lost 2-1 that series. They beat the A's 2-1. It's been obviously this game's going to be a good game. Another one. All these playoff games today are tough to call. I'm honestly my favorite one's probably the Dodgers beating the Reds, and that's not even a super confident play. But if you look at this, Crochet versus the Yankees. Crochet doesn't get hit off very often. The Yankees have hit okay against him. 15-2 for Goldschmidt, 15-3 for Judge. Bellinger's 5 for 14, 7-2, 9 for 6 here But that's really the best they've got, man. Nobody's hitting well off of Crochet anyway. Dude's a phenomenal pitcher. Max Fried. We can look at the Red Sox versus Max Fried, and you can see here, still not a whole lot. It looks better than they do versus Crochet. So Max Fried struggled a little bit. You got three at bats, 2 hits, 3 at bats, 2 hits, 9 at bats, 5 hits, 7 and 2 for Gonzalez. Like, it looks better for the batting for the Red Sox than it does for the Yankees, but it's the Yankees, man. You got Aaron Judge and Goldschmidt. You got some really good batters on the Yankees, so this is unconfident. Like, you just can't count out a Yankees team against any pitcher. If we look at this, starting pitchers, we can look at Boston on the road versus the Yankees. You can put with Garrett Crochet pitching. With Crochet pitching, they have won 100% of the games. With Max Fried pitching on the road or at home versus the Red Sox, they've lost their only game. Every game versus each other, even if it's away or whatever, Yankees have lost 2 of 3 games. And then if you look at the vice versa, home and away games considered, Red Sox have won 100% of games versus the Yankees out of 4 games, all from this season with Crochet on the mound. We might have one game that said there's no matchups with Fried versus Crochet, but to me, based off of previous history with these pitchers, now you got to understand this is a playoff game in New York. Yankees are going to be ready to go, but I'm probably going to roll with Crochet at plus 122, and that's another non-confident play, man. I'm only playing them because they're plus money. If the Yankees were plus money on this one, I'd probably roll with the Yankees. Just the value slightly better for the Red Sox. With Crochet pitching versus Fried, I've seen Fried struggle some. I'm not saying Fried's going to struggle today. I've seen him struggle some. I'm gonna roll with the Red Sox on this one, very unconfident, and I may not even put maybe half a unit on this one. Like, these are half-unit plays. These are very unconfident plays that we're just talking about these games. Last game, Reds versus Dodgers. Dodgers are minus 186 favorites, biggest favorites on this slate so far. Minus 1.5 favorites on the spread, and then we got over 7 on the total. In 1 second, my wife has sent me a text message. Let me reply to her. So public betting on this, 62% of the money's on the Dodgers, 77% of the Dodgers covering 1.5, and then 56% on the Dodgers of the total. So looking at these two teams, Dodgers are the Dodgers. They've been pretty hot as of lately. Same thing for the Reds, though. They just come off a 2-1 victory versus the Brewers, 1-2 loss versus Pittsburgh, 4-0 sweep versus the Cubs. I mean, not looking bad. Obviously, these are playoff teams. None of these teams are going to be bad. But looking at these two, we got Hunter Green on the mound versus Blake Snell. Hunter Green 7-4, 2.76 ERA, 0.94 WHIP. Snell is 5-4, 2.35 ERA, and a 1.24 WHIP. Me personally, I'm running with the Dodgers. If you look at the Dodgers, with Blake Snell versus this Reds offense, the Reds hit nothing off of Blake Snell. 13-4, 2-0, 5-0, 4 at-bats, 0 hits, 6-1. They can't hit off Blake Snell. If you look at Hunter Green versus the Dodgers, a little bit better for the Dodgers. So you got 5 at-bats, 3 hits, 18-7. So you guys can scroll through these numbers. I'm not going to talk about all of them. We need to jump into player props here in just a minute. But I'm just telling you, like, to me, the Dodgers are probably my favorite pick on this slate. I think Blake Snell is going to have a good game here. And, like this play. So there's my picks. I'm taking the Guardians, unconfident. This one, I really don't even want to pick on this one. I'm going to say Cubs just because the Cubs are at home. But Padres could very well win this one. I'm going to take an unconfident Red Sox because they're plus money. And then take the Dodgers minus 186. And you could probably play it one of the plus monies, get like a pretty good parlay there if you wanted to do it that way. Very unconfident picks. Don't play a lot on them. So just throwing it out there. We need to see how these teams play in the playoffs. Jumping in to some player props, guys. I got 4 player props. All of them are going to be for pitchers. Good pitchers on the mound. I think we got some value here. So the first one I'm going to be taking is going to be for our man Gavin Williams. I'm taking Gavin Williams versus the Tigers to get 15 pitching out. So go 5 innings. So he's cashed this line 8 of his last 10 games. He's cashed it 24 of 31 games on the season. We've already talked about how good Gavin Williams is. He has a 3.06 ERA and a 1.27 WHIP. His 6 games versus the Tigers, he's cashed every single game. He averages 95 pitches per game versus the Tigers, and he cashed it so far 3 games this season. Having two games where he went a full 6 innings, 1 game where he went 5. Obviously, we know Detroit can get hot. Gavin Williams for 5 innings should be pretty safe, and you can get him over here on Prizepicks. You can get him on parlay play as well, right here. And let's check him on parlay play. So parlay play, select MLB, Gavin Williams, 14.5, and we'll check the value to see which app actually has the best value. That being said, second pick of the day we're going to be taking is going to be for our man Matthew Boyd, and I'm taking the exact same prop. They're going to give me Matthew Boyd at 14.5. Yes, it's versus the Padres. Padres are a good offensive team. If you look at the Matthew Boyd, he's cashed his line 9 of his last 10. He has cashed this line 94% of games on the season. 29 of 31 games he's won at least 5 innings. Head-to-head versus San Diego, he's cashed it both games. Both games are from this season back in April. Doesn't have any since then. 3.21 ERA and a 109 whip. Dude's a good pitcher. Obviously, it's the Padres. The Padres can get hot as well, but 5 innings just isn't that many, man. He has 88.6 pitches per game on average. Last 10 games, we'll take a look at that. He's averaging 87 pitches. So pitch count's been a little bit lower, but this is the playoff game. They're going to push him as far as they can, and I like Matthew Boyd to give us 5 innings here tonight with 90 pitches. Play these two together, you got a 2.25x, so over a double up for a nice slip to me. And we'll pull up Matthew Boyd here. 14.5. It's a 2.28x on parlay play, so it's actually better value. So you can lock these two in together if you want and then run the next two together. I like that. That's probably going to be the way I play them. So let's come over here, track picks. We're going to refresh so you know it's legit. Matthew Boyd, Gavin Williams, both over 14.5 outs, 250 to win, 570 is locked in live on video if you guys want to tell it. And I will be posting this on Prizepicks as well. I'm probably going to double down on it. So just throwing it out there. I like that slip a lot. Jumping into the next slip that we're going to play. The second free slip is going to be for our man Blake Snell. So I'm taking Blake Snell. This is going to be a regular payout line. I'm taking him to give us 33.5 fantasy score on Prizepicks. He's cashed this line 6 of his last 10. This is my least favorite of the 4 picks. I will say that. He's cashed it 6 of 11 games on the season. And then he's averaging 36 fantasy per game. He just come off of a 61 fantasy versus the Rockies, a 67 fantasy versus the Phillies, then a 34 fantasy versus Arizona, barely going over this line. Blake Snell's 5-4 on the season. He averages 10.57 strikeouts per 9 innings, so he's well over a strikeout per inning pitcher with a 2.35 ERA. He doesn't give up many runs. I've already showed you guys how well these Reds batters hits off of Snell. They don't hit worth a crap off of him. If you look at strikeouts, dude has 6 at-bats, 4 strikeouts. 4 at-bats, 2 strikeouts. That's striking out 66% of the time, 50% of the time. He has 8 at-bats, 0 strikeouts, 13 and 3. So lots of people that haven't seen him or hitters that haven't seen him. So you got to take that into consideration as well. But head-to-head data, Blake Snell has 70 fantasy, his only game last season versus the Reds with a lot of strikeouts. We can hit Ks here just to look at the strikeouts. 11 Ks his last game. He's averaging 6.5 Ks per game on the season so far. When you look at this fantasy, I've got the Dodgers winning. I got Blake Snell going a minimum 5 innings. I think he pulls out 6 for us if you want to play his pitching outs. I think he pulls out 6. If you look at this, 5 innings gives you 15 fantasy. 5 strikeouts gives you 15 fantasy. A win gives you enough fantasy to go over. And if he gets 6, I think he gets a quality start. So you're looking at 10 fantasy for the win and the quality start. So that he should soar over if he goes 6 innings because I don't think he gets lit up. That's just my opinion. Blake Snell at 33.5. I think we're getting some value there, and I'm going to lock it in. So Blake Snell, you can go to Pitcher Fantasy, 33.5 right here. You can lock it in if you want. It should be the same on Parlay Play. So Snell. So I was about to say, why is Snell on the board? So Blake Snell right here. 33.5 fantasy for a regular payout, and you can see how they score. You get 3 per K, 6 for a win, 4 for a quality start. A quality start just means they pitch at least 6 innings and give up 3 or fewer runs. So if he gives up 3 earned runs, finishes 6 innings, he gets this 4 fantasy points. An out is 1, and then earned runs minus 3. So that's what I like for this game. For Blake Snell, my bad. Jumping into our final pick of the day, I'm taking our man Nick Pivetta. I'm taking Pivetta, and I almost took Tarek Skubal. So what I'm doing is to pair with this line, with the fantasy score, I'm going to be playing strikeouts. You can get Pivetta on Prizepicks at a 3.5 Ks, which he has completely soared over this game. This still gives you a 2.25x. So that's why I like it. If you look at Pivetta at 3.5 Ks, he's cashed at 28 of 31 games with a 90% hit rate. He's averaging 6 Ks per game, 7.7 or 9.41 strikeouts per 9 innings, well over a strikeout per inning pitcher, a 2.87 ERA and a .98 whip. He doesn't walk many batters. He doesn't give up many runs. He has a 92 pitch leash on average, just pitched 112. He has several games where he's well over 100. Dude's got a long leash, and he's going against a team that I don't think is going to hit super well off of him. Now, they don't strike out much, 20.5% on the season so far, then 23.4% in their last 30. So they've struck out more in their last 30. If you look at Pivetta versus the Cubs in their last 2 games, both are from this season. He had 6 and 4 respectively. He should give us 4 Ks. I like this play a lot. And then I was going to take Skubal over 6.5, but that line's still high. I think he cashes it, but I ended up going with Pivetta instead. So I'm going to lock that in. Nick Pivetta on Parlay Play, 3.5 Ks. It is a 2.06x. So you actually get way better value on Prizepicks for this one. I'm going to lock it in on both just so you guys can see me lock it in live. It's going to be 250 to win 515, and that is locked in there. So we could win a potential profit of right at $600 if both these slips cash. I think they both cash, and I like them a lot. So that's what I got for today, guys, for these baseball playoffs. If you liked the video, please drop a like and leave a comment for a chance at free VIP. If you guys haven't joined the Discord already, I will have some free plays posted in the Discord for NFL. So make sure you guys are joined there. There'll be NFL or Discord specific picks. I'm not going to drop them on YouTube. So make sure you guys are in the Discord if you're not already. But hope you guys have an awesome day. I'll see y'all in tomorrow's video, and hopefully we cash out.